Hey everybody, I see you coming online. I don't know if you can see me. Got to build this fire up a little more. Hey everybody, welcome. I am up at our campground, the location on our property where I film most of our videos, the location where I filmed the video today, taking the tree guards off the apple trees to try to trim the weeds. I went live tonight because hey Karen Rogers, I would tell Dearly hello, but she's down in the house right now. I'm up here alone. We were up here earlier. Hey everybody coming in. Bobby Wright, John W. Hey, what's going on? Just chillaxing by the campfire. Hey Claire in England. Hey Sue Gray in Nashville. Chucky Jeffers from Leon, West Virginia. What's up? Hey Kenny, Jake Evans from Canada. Betty Rockwell, hey. And Lulu in Oklahoma. What's up, guys? Hey Jerry in Las Vegas. Hello Simone, new to the channel. Welcome. Hey Tay in Blue Ridge, Georgia. Jordan, what's up, Jordan? Hey, Vincent, St. Louis, Missouri. Used to climb the top of that arch over there and look down in the Edward Jones Stadium. Hey, what's up in Michigan, David? Hey, David in Elizabethton, Tennessee. Hey, Betty, North Carolina. Trying to give everybody a shout out, guys, but these are coming in quick. Butch in South Carolina. Sally in Vegas. Vicky in Massachusetts. Hey, Randy, buddy, what's up? Colorado, we got Sharon. Oklahoma, somebody from Oklahoma. They're going fast. Somebody from Memphis. Hey, Rachel in Ohio. Crystal in Ontario, Canada. Sid the Kid. Hey, Kevin from... Okay, guys are coming in too fast. Hey, Peggy from Regina, Saskatchewan. Tyler in Ohio. Just Curious in Alabama. Nathaniel Nelson, what's up? In Paris, Texas. I remember Nathaniel. Very motivational individual there. Jen in Los Angeles. Guys, thanks for being here. I'm going to tell you what we're doing out here. We're sitting by a fire. Sup, Craig? Hey, Tammy in North Idaho. Oh, I love Idaho. Been out there a few times. Sup, Wells in the UK. Hey, Angela, who's watching with her grandson. Jennifer from Oklahoma. Calvin from Michigan. Whew, man, there's a lot of people on here. Gigi from Wisconsin. Hey, Sin from New Jersey. Mike in Texas. Gregory's in Houston. Kenny said, any tree knocks yet? Okay, I'm going to get to it. Here we go, guys. I'm going to start. I'll tell you what, the woods is about. I'm seeing lights back there that aren't fireflies. This is the spot where we did the light bulb thing a couple weeks ago. We're just above where the weeds have a tendency to get up and walk away on their own. But there's fireflies blinking on and off, but I just saw a light behind me that didn't blink on or off, and it went straight, like level, for like 30 yards. Didn't blink, didn't flash, didn't go off, just went into the woods. So I'm up here at the campground, the place where, hey, Stephen Smith, welcome to your first live. Where I filmed the video this morning. Okay, so earlier, before dark, my family and I was actually up here. We had the fire going, and Miss Dearly fried some fish and some eggplant up here, and me and Daniel, our son, played ball and hung out. We just had a good time. Dearly actually made a a video about that. I think she's going to upload it tomorrow for her new channel called Life with Dearly. If you guys haven't checked that out, go over there and check it out. Thank you for those of you who have. So the first scene of her video, I was standing up here at our campground, and from this vantage point, we can see our entire property. We've got 6 acres, and you can look down from here when it's daylight, and you can see the pond, you can see our house, you can see our big fruit orchard that has 36 trees in it, you can see our apple orchard that has 8 trees in it, you see our gardens, our man-made forest, all of it. And it's so beautiful because we spent the last couple days mowing. It's only about 3 hours and 15 minutes of total mow time, but we break it up. Do it a couple sections one day, a couple sections the next. That way it's not overwhelming, and we do it about every 10 days. But every time we do it, and guys, a lot of you are commenting, I'm not intentionally ignoring. Can you see me now? Oh, I think I'm back. Am I back, guys? Buffering. Sweet. Hey, Jen. 691. We see you commenting a lot. Thanks for your support. Okay. Hey, Crystal, thanks for that confirmation. Buffering and frozen up before I continue. Lives, it's like I get into the story and it's like, where'd everybody go? Because nobody's commenting. And then it occurs to me, maybe they're actually listening to the story you're telling. Yeah, Lance in England. Lance England says potential Bigfoot Sasquatch messing with my Wi-Fi. I agree. Lily Fire. Yeah, the connection's sketchy. I live in the middle of nowhere. So here's what's going on, okay? Gonna get back to it, and I'm not gonna wave the phone around as I get into the story here. So I'm standing up here, dearly setting up, oh, that was kind of scary. I was just admiring the beauty because we just got finished mowing. I'm going to do like the opening scene for your video for her channel, Life with Dearly. I'm going to do like a 20 or 30 second just panoramic view. And she's going to upload her video and publish it tomorrow, I think, on her channel because she did 2 today. So, this is, the beginning of the story is why I'm telling it. It's why I'm starting here. But somebody asked if I've heard any tree knocks yet. I've heard 2 so far. I start recording as soon as I hear one of the loudest tree knocks I've ever heard up here goes off. And I'm like, great, we're making a video for my wife's channel. And here we've got somebody trying to communicate with us. So I do the slow panoramic view thing, turn around. And then so we make her video. Got us cooking and making s'mores and all that stuff. It was a great time. But I was playing ball with my kid. And guys, it's not cold. It's the end of May as of right now. We're in Virginia. It's kind of warm here. Geographically, it's mid-Atlantic, but we call it the South. It's funny, I lived in the Pacific Northwest for a couple of years, Washington State actually. And I remember one time telling one of the guys in my National Guard unit about, that's why I talked funny or something. I told them I was from the South, and they said, I thought you were from Virginia. I said, yeah, that's in the South. And they said, that's in the East Coast. I said, yeah, it's on the East Coast, but it's also in the South. And they were like, consider it South. And he said, what's the Mason-Dixon line? So I explained to him what that was, the geographical line that separated the North from the South in the Civil War. Basically ran across from Maryland, Northern Virginia, D.C., that area. Dude thought I was making it up. Yeah, okay, whatever. So anyway, so I'm playing ball up here with my kid. We had some wiffle ball bats and balls. It's not cold. It's warm right now, okay? I'm up here by a fire, but I'm wearing sweatpants and a long sleeve sweatshirt, but that's just in case there's mosquitoes. So my son says, hey, Daddy, look. And I look over and he's like going in the air. And I'm like, what? I said, you can't see your breath. It's too warm. And he goes, no, look. And so he was a considerable distance away from me. He was over there by the wood line where I was taking the guards off of those apple trees this morning, trying to trim the weeds around the apple trees. So I did it from where I was. I'm like, that's crazy. It is too warm to see your breath. But he kept doing it. So I walked over to where he was and I did it. And sure enough, at that spot, we could see our breath. It was like cold. And it's not cold out here. And I said, come on, let's go over here and plus got him out of there. It was the same spot where the weed eater was dying today. I just heard something walking in the meadow. Over to my left, about 10 yards away is the meadow that drops straight down over the hill to one of our lower gardens. And that's the area where we have had so much activity. It's a spot where the weeds seem to sprout legs and walk away from us there a few weeks ago. And I just heard something walking down there right now. I don't know if you guys are picking it up. Okay, and then the story got started because of the question about the tree knock. Just as I was typing in the title to this video to go live, I heard a tree knock but to my right. I just heard something. It sounded like somebody crying. It like a, well, it was a tree knock I heard earlier. Just so I was going for about 30 yards and went back into the woods. Well, hey there. Looks like Life with Dearly has joined us. Yeah, honey, this is crazy. I'm talking about that tree knock when we were filming your video earlier when we're up here cooking. Huh. Alyssa Parrish said that as soon as I hear something, it starts buffering. I wonder if that's something like interfering with the connection. Heard that crying sound again. You hear that? And Thomas Ari says I'm buffering a little bit. You know what, guys? I got some firewood right here beside me. Maybe I should use it to try and knock. Let's try this. Did you hear the footsteps right after I knocked? I'm hearing footsteps in the forest up to my right on top of the hill where I heard the tree knock just before I started going live. I hear it walking. It's crazy. Every time I hear something, you guys say this thing buffers. It's like we have a clean connection. Until I hear or sense something moving around. Jimmy's telling me to not to walk around. I would, Jimmy, but I'm kind of amazed I'm even getting a connection up here. I'm pretty far away from my house, and I usually don't even get a connection up here. Hey, Mike in Ohio. Hey, Crystal, we already made s'mores earlier. Dearly's going to show that in her video tomorrow that she publishes. Alyssa says I should try an EMF meter reading. I've actually been thinking about getting one of those, because there seems to be some stuff going on up here that may or may not be associated at all with potentially Bigfoot Sasquatch. John W., to answer that question you just asked, he asked if I ever let people come here to experience this stuff. If you are a very close personal friend and we would invite you under ordinary circumstances, the answer is yes. But if not, the answer is no. I know this seems curious to folks, but you got to remember, this is our home. This is where our family lives. And so, no, we just keep that off limits. I think most people who are not, who don't have issues would understand that. Thanks, John. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, it's all about safety. I mean, guys, this is, I mean, I don't know if a lot of you watching, some of you watching are actually YouTubers yourself, and you kind of know what's going on. Learn quickly once you start getting an audience, and we know that y'all are wonderful people. You're great people, and it's probably just perfectly normal, but there's been times we've made videos and we'd say, well, we got to wrap this up because we're going, to wherever. You won't be able to see this, but I don't think, the firewood pile's over there. My cat Cleopatra is sitting on top of the firewood pile, and she's looking down in the meadow where I heard something walking. So I do have Cleopatra with me up here. So anyway, what I was saying is we'd say like, oh, well, we got to go because we're going to such and so place today. And we would get there and there would be people waiting on us. And they were wonderful people. And we were flattered, but at the same time, it was kind of a wake-up call. We're like, this might not be the smartest thing to do. So, yeah, and like Alyssa said, we need our privacy and all that. But, so yeah, we learned kind of quick as the subscriber numbers started growing. Thanks, Christy O'Dowd. That was a very nice compliment. Please stick to your guns. RE visitors, you're right, it's your home. Thanks, Claire. Yeah, I mean, I think most people get that. Like everyone gets that, I think. Yeah, we've got some, you guys are great. Thank you for being wonderful. You watch the videos. The majority of you, when you comment, you leave kind comments, supportive comments, and we really do appreciate you. So I'm trying not to talk so much. I'm trying to listen. What's up, Kurt Ward? Yeah, I agree with Kurt. We see you commenting a lot. Thanks for being here. Hey, Janet, storytelling time. You just missed a story about what's going on up here tonight. Life with Dearly says, keep talking. I love listening to you. Aw, isn't she sweet? Well, whatever was walking around in the meadows seems to have stopped. It's interesting. When this fire lit up real bright like that there, it's like whatever may or may not be out there decided to just kind of hold still. It seemed to be more active when when the fire died down and things got dark, maybe it felt safer in moving around when it was dark. Rhonda Turner asks if they're getting used to me. Yeah, I think so. Okay, you want to hear a story? I haven't really checked this out yet. Well, I might have, unbeknowingly. Hey, John, no, to answer your question about the neighbor of crayon infamy, no more problems. The crayons seem to do the trick. Okay, so, well, I just heard walking again. Wow, the fire's dying down, and now I'm hearing like footsteps in the woods behind me again. Cindy Sunday, what inspired me to go out tonight? You missed the story. It was told in like minutes 8 through 15, I think, of this live stream. Sorry. We were up here having a family camp out and cook out and making s'mores and stuff, and had some interesting experiences with being able to see our breath as if it were cold, even though it's summer. Well, not summer, late spring, but hearing some tree knocks and whatnot, and I figured, well, shoot, we got the campfire going. Why not come up here and do a live feed bite and see what else we can see or hear up here tonight? Somebody just asked if I still put up trail cams. I've kind of given up on that because there's no point. The last time I tried to put out a trail cam was last fall, last winter, shortly after we discovered the lair of Bigfoot Sasquatch and got that amazing capture when I was doing the panoramic view, showing you guys the beautiful colored foliage of the leaves in Virginia and the Blue Ridge Mountains in the fall. And that camera went missing. Well, I got the camera back later, as you know, but I had no SIM card in it. I went out and bought a brand new SIM card, tested it out and everything, put it up in the backyard. The next day, got the camera, retrieved the camera, and the SIM card completely did not work. Didn't work at all. So it's like, why would I continue to put out trail cams that either get taken or malfunction somehow? Why buy new SIM cards to put in them that for some reason, just aren't going to work? So, and I've not done a whole lot of research on this topic. It's crazy. I have this channel, we do these things, and we started out with green beans and corn and a lot of the stuff Dearly's doing on her channel now, Life with Dearly. This was never the intentions. This was never the intent to do this kind of thing. So these things just started happening. We started sharing them. We started showing the videos. Every now and then I'll see a snippet somewhere about this kind of phenomenon, so I'll read it. And from what I have read, what little bit I have read, it seems that cameras are pretty much useless anyway. A lot of... Listen, I hear a scream. It's like a howl coming from the woods behind me. Did anybody else hear that? Paul Jurassico just asked if I think there's other people coming on my property and messing with me. No. You might have missed the conversation earlier, but we're in the South. People don't do such things here because you go on another man's property uninvited, you might not make it off. And if you're from here, you know that. And so I don't think anybody around here is that stupid. See? Miles for days. Says, haha, Kevin, I'm right here in North Carolina, and you're correct. I don't know where y'all are from. Maybe not south that Mason-Dixon line, but if you are, you know. I wouldn't go on anyone's property down here if I was not strictly invited. I don't care if the sun's up, I'm not going. And as I'm putting wood on here, I'm hearing something back here in the woods right behind me, walking around. Sharon asked if I found any more bones or skulls. No, not in a while. Guys, I've been getting kind of lazy, to be honest with you, but that's getting ready to change, potentially this week. You know, I used to go a considerable distance back here in these woods, back behind my house, back there where that potential Bigfoot Sasquatch lair is, where we got the, whatever it was we captured during that panoramic view last fall when the leaves were all different colors. I might have built it up a little bit too high. Hope I don't lose a connection here. But I'm gonna be going back in that general area here at some point real soon. And there's something walking around the woods behind me. Derek, I didn't catch the whole comment. He said, my wife makes great meals. You better believe it. Guys, there's definitely something walking around in the woods behind me. I'm gonna be quiet, see if you can hear it. Guys, I heard like a scream or a howl just before that fire kicked up for some strange reason. Fuck. The fire, it looked like there was somebody standing back there at my... There's a wood pile about 15 yards behind me. It looked like somebody was standing right at the edge of it. So I did this to shelter my eyes from the light from the fire. But now they're gone, if they were there at all. Penny from the UK says it's buffering again when I hear something. Hey, Shelly in Iowa. People are saying, here in the comments about night vision, bright lights. The fire's whipping up again right now, and I haven't put any more wood on it. Paul said he heard a howl. Hey, Jesse in Oregon. No, it's not windy, Andy. There's no wind at all. I just heard a distant tree knock. Yep, look at that. Donnell Grady heard it too. The tree knock came from the direction where it looked like there was somebody standing by the wood pile. Yeah, Paul, that was a tree knock. Jesse's telling me to howl. Sorry. Ever since I entered puberty 30 some years ago, I have not been able to howl. Hey, Sharon in Kentucky. Hey, Kurt, Princeton, Indiana. I saw one of those weird lights again. Guys, that was not from my fire. That thing that just went behind me, that was not a cinder from the fire. Hey, Lynn in Ohio. Hey, Nancy in Utah. Hello, Sam in Missouri. What was that? Who heard that? Hey, Low Arc 73 in Scotland. Great Grandma Anon heard that. Yep, people, you guys heard that, didn't you? Yeah, Mike said, was that a whistle? It sounded like a whistle. John heard it again. Guys, it sounds like there's something whistling in the woods. I hear it. Guys, I can't yelp or howl, but I can whistle. Should I try to whistle back to it, trying to make the same sound that it's making? Matthew Keith says whistle back. All right, let's try it. Christy, I'm glad I got your parents' attention. Hey, Elvia in Corpus Christi, Texas. Julie, it hasn't whistled back yet. Yeah, Diana. Diana Gonzalez just pointed out that every time I ask if you heard that, the video buffers. Lynn McGraw's asking if I've ever asked him, her, it, or they to join me. Hey, Robert says I have guts. You know, they do call me Crazy Lake. I can guess you can see why. Is it guts or is it crazy? I think I had a lot of crazy. I'll put some more wood on here. I would love to walk back closer to the wood line, but I'm afraid I'll lose the connection. Guys, I'm standing up now, so my head is sticking up above this firewood pile over to my left, and I hear something walking down in the meadow as if it's trying to hunker down. I just heard a howl. Yeah, I'm walking over to the wood pile, below which is the meadow, in the ley line where we've experienced the most activities. So I'm right up to the wood pile. I can barely see. I'd like to grab a piece and knock on another piece. Or if I grab a snake. Hey, what was that? Did you see that behind my fire? Like that. That's my chair. Look above my chair. Did you guys just see a strange light back there? And hear like more whistling? Did you hear that whistling? There's something in the woods. Can you hear it? There's something in the woods like. Guys, those strange lights are coming back. And I'm hearing like a whining sound coming from the woods. There it is again. Hear the whine? It's almost like the further I get away from the fire, the more excited they get. I didn't walk in front of the fire. Someone passed between me and the fire. Did you guys see that? Guys, I got chills. I got goosebumps right now. Wow. Part of me wants to go back to the fire, but listen. Footsteps. There's... I'm walking closer to the woods. Guys, even the crickets just stopped. Jeff, I don't have a flashlight. Flashlights are for sissies. Guys, I'm getting closer to the woods. I heard something walking around back there. It's getting closer, and even the crickets have stopped chirping back there. You want to hear something weird? I know it's dark out here, but somehow it just got darker. If that makes any sense, but I don't know how else to describe it. Donald Grady asked if I have any weapons. Donald, I am a weapon. 11 Bravo, Google that. Oh my God, it is deathly silent. I can't see my hand in front of my face right here. Guys, this is creepy. I am pretty far away from that fire, as you can see. I'm almost in the woods. Guys, there's somebody standing between me and the fire. Look at that. That is not flickering and flaming out. There's footsteps coming towards me from the woods now. Well, this is great. Now what? It's too dark to see, and I don't know if I want to go back over to the fire now. I could always bum rush the fire, see if I could scare it off. You know what? There's one of those strange lights. Look at it. It's not blinking. That is not. There's another one. Where the hell? I was trying to find that light. It's just gone. There it was. There's another one. Look at these lights. Man, you remember that? There's my fire. It's like that light is hovering above the fire. Did you hear that howl? Something just walked between me and the fire again. Wow. So we got lights, something walking around me, crossing between me and the fire, and howls. Oh my. Okay, it doesn't appear as if that thing that was there between me and the fire is there anymore. Hear this screeching coming from the woods? I'm right at the wood line. I think it's time to start heading back to the fire, guys. I got right up to the woods. I can't see my hand in front of my face. I cannot imagine what might be out here with me right now that can see me as if it were daylight, because it has night vision and I don't. And that's to the fire. There's a light right above my fire. Oh, something's walking through the woods following me. It's coming towards my fire with me. Guys, I'm back at the fire. Wow, what a creepy journey that was. I kind of like did a circle around the campground. I went over to one wood pile, circled around to the other. I did like a half circle, a half loop here. Oh my gosh. Yeah, somebody said more wood. I don't think I have any more laying here. Pile, back there by the woods again. Wow, it's freaky. I'm wondering, like I just had a thought go through my head. I wonder if those lights are like somewhere close or something. I can't see them as clearly when I'm right here by the fire, but when I was away from the fire, I could see them like hovering above my meadows, like down there in the field, but they weren't fireflies. They didn't blink. They didn't go out. They were just consistent, like orbs. Yeah, the woods are behind the fire back that way. Thank you, John. I appreciate that. So guys, whoa. Wow, you couldn't see that because it was right over there in front of me. One of those lights just went through there, zipped through there so fast, like 6 inches above the ground. Coming from down there where we saw him floating around when I was back there at the wood line. Thank you, Lynn. Appreciate that. Because I'm trying to read comments, but I keep thinking I catch these lights out of the corner of my eyes, but that was a firefly that I saw over there just now. All right, so guys, we've been going for almost 53 minutes. We'll go ahead and give it an hour. We'll hang out for another 7 minutes or so, then I've got to get in the house because yeah, gee, that's only a 2. Did you hear that? Sounded like a screech from between me and the house. I was getting ready to say, I only have about a 250-yard walk through total darkness to get to my back door. I only have to skirt the forest right past that overgrown graveyard. Did you hear those Oh, somebody just asked if Cleopatra's still up here with me. Heck no, that scaredy cat went to the house. She took off when whatever was moaning back there in the woods started moaning. Thanks, Jennifer Edmondson. Jennifer Edmondson just super chatted us $5. We don't do these for that reason, but we are thankful when that happens. So thank you very much, Jennifer. I will buy a box of Twinkies with that for my next super long hike in the potential Bigfoot Sasquatch lair. Gotta have those Twinkies when we go up in there. I just heard a moan. Thanks, Nancy. Reading my book From the Graves of Babes. Appreciate that. Oh, so you're one of the 3 people that read it. Appreciate you, Nancy. You and the other 2, whoever they are. Hey, oh, Jennifer, you and your hubby watch. That's good. Sharon, how many books have I written? I don't know, I think 12. Potentially. I just heard something. Yeah, that was weird. Yes, Claire, they're on Kindle. Good night, North Carolina. Good night, Josh. Blessing to you and yours also. Matthew, I've never written a book on Bigfoot. Matthew just asked if all the books are on Bigfoot. None of them are on Bigfoot. This was never planned. It just happened. Thank you, Habiba Talba, for your appreciation. Good night, Mimi Hong. Yeah, Sharon, I'm going to have a surprise for you about that here real soon, maybe. Okay, guys, you know what? Safety in numbers, right? I should have brought my crayon up here with... Did you hear that? Who heard that? It was like a screech. A very loud screech. Came from very close. There it was again. Did you hear it? I'm hearing more whistling and more screeching. I don't know what it is. I don't know what whistles like that other than birds, but this is nighttime. We have owls around here, but they hoot, they don't whistle. Hey, Avi May in Washington. Well, hey, Jen, 691, another $5, another box of Twinkies. Out here longer, see how many boxes of Twinkies I can end up getting out of this. Isn't that terrible? That's not why I do this. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Gosh, I love Twinkies. Hey, Ruby. All right, Herbert, down there in Mississippi. Been down there. I like it down there. Hey, all lowercase L. Okay, Gen69L. Okay. Ted, I was earlier. I don't know if you were here when I walked out to the wood line back behind the fire, about 25 yards behind the fire. How often do I do these live? Asked Sharon. Like, sometimes I forget I can even do these. I do them like, I think this is the first time I've done a live thing in like 2 months. I just never think of it. I forget it's like even an option. You want to hear something strange? I mean, I know I'm like a YouTuber and I have like a ton of subscribers, but I don't know much about technology or social media, or there's all these options on YouTube. I don't even understand them. I know how to like push play and talk. I'll tell you what, if I had the knowledge about tech that these millennials have, whew, I see them working, and I'm not judging, but I just see them having jobs that they don't like, and I'm like, dude, if I would have grown up with the technology, if I understood it to like 1% of what you do, ugh. Anyway, I could go on and on about that. Oh, I just heard a very loud, you hear that? It's a growl. I just heard 2 loud growls, and they were close. It's 10:17 p.m. here. Grandma Anon, great grandma Anon asked what time zone I'm in. It's East Coast, U.S. Hey, Tracy up in New Hampshire. Have a good night. Now I'm hearing footsteps in the woods where I heard the growls. So, Jen, it's 7:17. You must be on the West Coast. Wow, like Miss Fix-It's from Oregon. That's West Coast. No, I don't have any flashlights. Yeah, it'd still be daylight out there in the Pacific Northwest. Now, I lived out there for a couple years, guys. That was so weird. Knowing like it's 7 o'clock in the evening out there, the sun's still up for another couple hours, knowing that it's dark back here, you know, back home on the East Coast. Oh, Jen's in California, all right. Hey, Amy in Virginia Beach, fellow Virginian. Thanks, Kurt. About the garden, yeah, we put a lot of work in. I heard another owl. Wow, Trish Morgan just bought me 4 boxes of Twinkies. No, Trish, you're amazing. You know how much I love Twinkies? I mean, I will finish a C-budget movie after being stranded in a third world country for a lifetime supply of Twinkies. And I just saw a light shine from behind me, like a flashlight. Did anybody else catch that? Hey, Megan Marie, you excited for this live? Illinois. We've got all these folks coming on from the Midwest and out coast. It's going to be hard for me to go inside now. Linden, Virginia. I don't know where that is. Oh, my Sasquatch garden. The carrots are growing. Good night, Matthew in Illinois. Megan's in Ohio. Okay, there's some East Coast folks there. Fire's starting to die down. I'm going to try to venture back over to the wood pile. Wow, I just heard that whining coming from the woods again. Did you hear that? Oh, I just had some kind of big bug flying to me, and it scared me. Hey, Karen, down there in Blacksburg, good night. Hey, Karen, before you go, what'd you think of that UVA Cavaliers and Virginia Tech football game this fall? Ho, 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 ho. Sorry, Karen, had to do it. Hey, it's the first time we beat you guys in 15 years, so I had to do it. You're welcome, Ave Marie. Somebody mentioned that nobody can see he, she, it, or they without my circles and rectangles. I didn't bring them out here tonight. You probably wouldn't be able to see them because it's too dark. I'm gonna build the fire up. The crickets just stopped. I don't know if it's because it's getting brighter. See you, Bruce. Thanks, Kayla. Appreciate that. Nellie Hartle asks if the June bugs are out yet. No, and thank goodness, because our June bug dispatching stuff we got for those was supposed to have been here last week, and it's still a couple days from being delivered. I hate to use any of that stuff. Oh, so there's a trail that goes down over the hill at my 11 o'clock, and the light from the fire is so bright now that I could see where it opens. And I just, when I glanced over there, just getting ready to talk about June bugs, saw glowing eyes. Like eye shine, I guess you guys call it. It was there, and then it was gone. Makes me wonder if something's crept in very, very close to me as the light was dim because the fire was dying down. And now that it's getting bright again, they've had to back up. How tall was the eye shine? I'm hearing a whining coming from that direction now. It's hard to judge because the hill drops off very sharply and very steep. It looked like the eye shine was about listen. That's the direction where the eye shine went. Listen, you hear that tree knock? So we had howls from one direction where we just saw eye shine. And then when they stopped, we had a tree knock from up above us on the opposite direction. One was at the 11 o'clock, the howls, and then the tree knock came from back here around the 2 o'clock. Hey, Aussie Oddity, thanks for 10 bucks, brother. It's 2 boxes of Twinkies right there. And you guys are great. You keep giving me those super chat, keep giving me Twinkie money. I'm gonna stay out here all night. If I go home, my beautiful bride Dearly, AKA Giggly Girl's watching this, and she sees those super chats coming through, she's gonna be like, why'd you come down here? You should stay up all night. You should stay up there all night. So anyway, the eye shine seemed to be about 2 feet off the ground, but that hill drops off so steeply over there, depending upon how far down the hill, whatever was standing there could have been 6 feet or 8 feet tall just down over the hill. Thanks, Jen. 69 with the lower L, lowercase L. You're too kind. I just heard another howl. June bugs, yeah, that's what we're talking about. I hate to use any sort of pesticide or any of that stuff, just, But, we work very hard with our gardens and our trees, planted thousands of trees, putting in fruit orchards, and the June bugs get them every year. So this year we're being proactive, and we're going to do some spraying with the most eco-friendly stuff we can get our hands on. Yeah, I am going to be drinking. Linda, I'm thinking about those Twinkies right now. That's why I'm having a hard time telling this June bug story. It occurred to me, when those June bugs come around, and just if they eat all the off of your trees and bushes, they're probably costing you a half an entire year's worth of growth. We're trying to grow these trees. We're trying to, well, I just footsteps in the woods behind the fire. Fruit orchards. We planted, I don't know, probably 50 trees around the place. 36 in one orchard, 8 in another. It's 44. We got 6 up here. Yeah, that's 50. Tracy in Australia asked, what's a June bug? They're also called Japanese beetles. They're called June bugs here in the U.S. because they come out almost like clockwork in June. Last year, I came out on June 1, 2019, and they were all over everything. I thought, wow, 1st of June, here they are. So anyway, if we would have kept the June bugs off of our trees and bushes in the 4 years we've been here on our homestead, I bet you all of our trees and bushes would be at least twice as tall as they are now. So we're going to try to, dispatch the June bugs this year, because we basically don't want to lose out on all that growth that's costing us when they eat all the leaves of the growing season. Midsummer through fall, the trees have to kind of like start out budding all over again, and they get back into full bloom. By the time fall rolls around, you got leaves back on your trees and they change colors and it's beautiful, but growth wise, it's costing you like a year's worth of growth. You know, somebody just asked if the pandemic has affected us. This is terrible. I'm just going to tell you, this is how it is. Me and Dearly, we've been talking about it. Not really. I mean, because we're kind of like recluses anyway. We have this place out here. We stay to ourselves. And, you know, other than canceling school and having our son home all the time, which we love it. A lot of people complain about it. Not us. We never go out in public a lot anyway. We go to all the home UVA football games, but football season was over by the time this thing started. It looks like I don't know what they're going to do here. I know California has canceled college for the fall. I don't know if the other state, that sure would suck to miss out on UVA football this fall. But I mean, if it's got to be done, you know, we accept it. Yeah, Shelby Bishop. You like the kids staying home from school. We love it. So, you know, it's me, the wife, the kid, and got our place here. And I mean, it's like we always socially distanced anyway. We come across as sociable, very likable is what we hear. But we are actually very reclusive and very selective of who we actually hang out with, you know, personally. We have friends. I would not say a lot. I would say the opposite of a lot, but the ones that we have are very, very close, sincere, very loyal, very trusting, very trustworthy, good people. Now, here's a funny story about friends. We really don't even tell people what we do until we've gotten to know them, like for months. You know, like with the whole YouTube thing, we don't tell people we're YouTubers. Primary profession, I guess. And so here about a year or so ago, we had some friends out, good friends of ours. They're great people, and they have a son that's our son's age. And ironically, you know, this lady's a Filipina, and we'd see him at school, and I'd tell my wife, I'd say, hey, she's Filipino. We should go talk to her. And Dearly would say, no, she's Thai. I was like, no, I think she's Filipino. She said, no, I think she's Thai. So this went on for almost a whole school year. I heard footsteps. They broke a sizable twig or stick in the woods. All right, so anyway, towards the end of the school year, this was a couple years ago, I walk up to this woman, this other parent at school, and I just say, Kamusta, which means hello in Tagalog. And she just lit up like a Christmas tree and says, oh, you speak Filipino? I'm like, turns out she speaks Tagalog. I speak mostly Visayan because we live down in Mindanao. So that's kind of how we finally started talking. Become friends with this family. So they were over here one time, and we'd known them for like almost a year by this point. And so her husband, he's a great guy. Think the world of this guy. He must have read one of my books. So he's like, so tell me, Kev, what do you really do? I'm like, well, I'm a writer. He goes, yeah, I know, but come on, man. How are you like, what do you really do? And so they're looking at me, and I start whispering, even though there's nobody within 2 miles of us probably, and I go, do you really want to know? He said, yeah. And I said, I'm a YouTuber. And they're just looking at me, and they said, yeah, we knew that, but I'm like, you knew that? What do you mean? And the wife says, well, we've watched you on YouTube for over a year. I'm like, huh? You watch me on YouTube? She goes, yeah, when I iron the clothes, I just put it on YouTube and see if you've uploaded a new video yet. I watch your videos while I do the ironing. I'm like, you're kidding me. But so here it is, the whole time we were friends with these people for well over a year. And I don't know. They knew they were watching us. It was kind of crazy. I don't know if you get my point of that story. I don't even know why I'm telling it. They're probably watching this. Hello. Whoa, did you see that light flash? No, I'm still here. But guys, I do think I'm going to start making my way back to the house. I'm going to try because we've been going for an hour and 20 minutes. That's a long time. I was going to leave 20 minutes ago, as you know if you were here, but just as I was getting ready to leave, we started hearing screams and howls and growls and knocks. So let's try it now. Okay, stand up. No, that's interesting, Tracy. I don't have those same experiences at night. All right, Sharon, I hope you like them. All right. So guys, I'm gonna start heading back to the house. If we cut out, don't panic. Don't think something happened to me. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and wish you a good night tonight in case we do lose the signal. But I do have to walk by, no pun intended, a dead zone, which ironically happens to be very close to the edge of the woods where there is an overgrown graveyard. As you can see, I'm getting farther away from the fire. I'm making my way to the house. Again, if I lose a connection, don't panic. I want to thank all of you for being here during this very impromptu live stream. If you missed the reasoning behind why we did it, go watch, I think, from minutes like 8 minutes to 15 minutes. I kind of tell the weird things that happen while we're up here having a cookout tonight. Half stepping. Gonna have to call that occupational therapist back because of the way I walk. Full steps with my right foot, half steps with my left, dragging it up while holding the phone up. Boy, it's dark. Look how far away we are from the fire. I just heard a knock. Did you hear it? A knock and a... I hear something walking in the meadow above me to the right, almost as if something is following me from about 30 yards away, but up in the meadow. It's Life with Dearly, saying it's Dean and Sam time. Guys, we ran out of Ozark episodes to watch on Netflix. You guys watch that? Jason Bateman, he's one of my favorite actors. Well, I just heard a growl in the meadow to my left. It's creepy. So anyway, we watched Ozark, all 3 seasons, twice. And it's like, man, it's going to be like another 15 months before season 4 comes out. So I was like, let's try this supernatural thing. I heard it was okay. I never watched it, guys, because I don't have TV. And we just got Netflix here a little while ago because somebody recommended it. So anyway, so now we're on this supernatural kick. We just finished season 1. It had like 22 episodes. My beautiful bride, Dearly, a.k.a. Giggly Girl, has developed a somewhat concernable celebrity crush on Jensen Ackles, the guy that plays Dean. yeah, that we still got like 13 seasons to go. So Thomas Autry says Supernatural is great. Yeah, yeah. Well, I like it. Oh, I just heard something walking directly in front of me on the trail. Trying to keep the campfire centered in the screen there so you can see how far away we are from the campfire. Oh, life with Dearly so sweet. She loves Dean, but she loves me more. Wow. Guys, did you hear that loud bang? Like a tree knock directly behind the fire, like where we just were. Kylie Ross asked if there's something in front of the fire. I think something might have just walked in front of it. It's about 100 yards back behind me now. Boy, it never stops. Never stops. I'm gonna get all the way to the house and inside and we still got stuff going on. House to my right, tree knocks to my rear, something walking around in front of the fire. I got about another 100 yards to go, about halfway. Man, we have so many blackberry bushes, and I just almost walked into one. I saw the white blossoms, and it looked like it was a face, and that was creepy. Thanks, Brittany. Loves the outdoors. That's kind of you to say that. The fire's still there. Looked like something just walked in front of it. Billy asked, where's my flashlight? I don't bring flashlights with me on night hunts. Flashlights are for sissies. Okay. Guys, I'm getting close to where that dead zone is. So if I lose you, don't be concerned. I'm just in the dead zone. I'm close to a graveyard. Oh, did you hear that? It is trying to figure out how far away from the fire and how far away from me it might be. Is it right in front of the fire, or is it following me down the trail? And could it be as close as perhaps 10 feet behind me when it walks in front of the fire? It's blocking our view of the fire. That doesn't mean it's by the fire. It might be closer.